Debt to tangible net worth ratio. It is a ratio indicating the level of creditors' protection in case of the firm's insolvency by comparing company's total liabilities with shareholders' equity, excluding intangible assets such as trademarks, patents, and etc. So the formula is debt to tangible net worth ratio is equals to total liabilities divided by shareholders' equity minus intangible assets. So here's the problem one. Calculate the debt to tangible net worth ratio based on the information below. So here's the balance sheet of company A as of January 1, 2023 to January 1, 2024. For the year 2023, the total intangible assets is $454. The total liabilities is $464, and the shareholders' equity is $953. And for the year 2024, the total intangible assets is $561, the total liabilities is $912, and the shareholders' equities is $1,725. So here's the calculation of debt to tangible net worth ratio for the year 2023. So total liabilities of $464 divided by $953 of shareholders' equity minus $454 of intangible assets is equals to 0.93 or 93%. And the debt to tangible net worth ratio for the year 2024 is total liabilities of $912 divided by the shareholders' equity of $1,725 minus $561 of intangible assets is equal to 0.78 or 78%. So if company went bankrupt in year 1, there would be $1 of tangible net worth for every 93 cents of debt. This indicated a good level of creditors' protection in case of firm's insolvency, because selling tangible assets was enough to meet company's obligation to creditors. In year 2, the ratio decreased to 0.78, which was a positive trend. Here's the problem 2. Calculate the debt to tangible net worth ratio based on the information below. This is the balance sheet of Company B as of December 31, 2004 to December 31, 2005. For the year 2004, the total intangible assets is $450. The total liabilities is $469, and the shareholders' equity is $961. For the year 2005, the total intangible assets is $554, the total liabilities is $985, and the shareholders' equity is $1,547. So the calculation for the debt to tangible net worth ratio for the year 2004 is $469 for total liabilities divided by $961 for shareholders' equity minus $450 for intangible assets is equals to 0.92 or 92%. The debt to tangible net worth ratio for the year 2005 is $985 for total liabilities, $1,547 for shareholders' equity, and $554 minus $554 for intangible assets is equals to 0.99 or 99%. So here in problem 2, here's the balance sheet of Company C as of May 1, 2020 to May 1, 2021. For the year 2020, the total intangible assets is $645. The total liabilities is $563. The shareholders' equity is $1,309. And for the year 2021, the intangible assets is $490. The total liabilities is $894. The shareholders' equity is $985. So the calculation is So, debt to tangible net worth ratio for the year 2020 is $563 for total liabilities divided by 1,309 for shareholders' equity minus 645 for intangible assets is equals to 0.85 or 85%. The debt to tangible net worth ratio for the year 2021 is 894 for total liabilities divided by 985 for shareholders' equity minus 490 for intangible asset is equals to 0.99 or 99%. So, here in problem 4, suppose you're tasked with calculating the debt to tangible net worth ratio of a company given the following operating assumptions for fiscal year 2020. Here's the financial leverage assumptions. Revolver 0 million, term loan B, current portion 10 million, term loan B, non-current portion 50 million. The revolving credit facility was extended by a corporate bank, but the company has not needed to draw from the revolver, hence the balance of 0. The next debt tranche is the term loan B, which is split into two categories based on the maturity date: the current portion and the non-current portion. The sum of the current and non-current portion of the term loan B is the total debt outstanding, which will assume in the only liability on the company's balance sheet for the sake of simplicity. Total debt 0 million plus 10 million plus 50 million is equals to 60 million. The calculation of our company's tangible net worth starts with total assets, which will assume is 200 million. Of the 200 million in asset value, 20 million is attributable to goodwill and other intangible assets. Balance sheet assumptions. Total assets 200 million, goodwill and intangible assets 20 million. Given those two inputs, the difference represents the value of our company's intangible assets. Tangible assets 200 million minus 20 million is equals to 180 million. From there, we will subtract total liabilities from the tangible assets balance, which results in a tangible net worth of 120 million. So the calculation is tangible net worth is equals to 180 million minus 60 million is equals to 120 million. In closing, we will divide our company's total outstanding debt balance by its tangible net worth, which comes out to 50%. So the calculation is debt to tangible net worth is equals to 60 million divided by 120 million is equals to 0.50 or 50%. The debt to tangible net worth ratio of 0.5 or 50% implies that approximately half of the company's tangible net worth was funded using debt capital provided by lenders. Based on Company A's balance sheet on December 31, 2022, shareholder equity equal to $100,000 and total liabilities are $60,000. Moreover, the company owns some intangible assets such as goodwill 10,000, patent 8,000, and software 12,000. So the calculation is debt to tangible net worth 60,000 for total liabilities divided by 100,000 for shareholder equity minus 10,000 for goodwill minus 8,000 for patent and minus 12,000 for software. So the total is 0.85 or 85%. It means that if the company went bankrupt, there will be $1 worth of tangible assets for every 85 cents of debt.